Hi. So, I'm making this video as a testimony to help other people and encourage them and give them strength. This video is not about me. I personally don't even want to make it because I'm just a simple person. But with that being said, I'm a very faithful person, and I was raised that way. This is my testimony. My whole life, I've had a great father and mother that still are married, and grandparents that are still married, and they've always put their faith first. And so here recently, I've hit in hard times, and I've relied on my faith, and it's really helped me out. My wife, or my ex-wife, she recently left sometime last year, and when she left, the first thing I did was I picked up a rosary and I started praying it. And for me, I lay brick and block for a living, so I thought that was a girly thing, to pick up a rosary, but it's not. It gives you strength. It puts an armor on you. It'll protect you from evil. And when I first started praying it, I really didn't understand the rosary. And it was hard, confusing, and when you're praying it, you have all these thoughts. And I come to realize it's while you're praying, what you think about, pray on it. And if you think about somebody, pray for that person. If you have bad thoughts, they'll disappear. Because God doesn't want you to have bad thoughts. That's the devil. And through this trial I've been through, I have not turned to him one bit, the devil. And I've relied on my faith. I have two girls, 9 and 4 years old, and every day I tell them the 3 most important things in your life is faith, family, and hard work. Because family is important, but without the guidance of the good Lord, how are you going to guide your own family? And I think that's what this country's missing, and the whole world. You know, I'm no one perfect, and I have a past, and I'll share that here in a second. But if me making this video helps one person, that's all that matters, because I'm blessed and I'm thankful, and each day I get up and I get to see the nature, my girls, my family, my mom, dad, my sister, is a blessing. So I just want to share. And so I guess my journey starts, high school, typical high school stuff. I was young and I dated, and I broke up. I broke up with a high school girl, so I guess before that, my mom was a DRE, of religious ed, and so she always was involved in the church, and that helped me a lot, especially here now. But faith was always the cornerstone of our family. And my dad worked, he provided, and he was able to provide while my mom could do what she wanted to do, following faith and stuff. So as a typical young person, you don't really listen to your parents. you think they're old and they don't know what's going on. So, when I was younger and I hit these problems, I didn't turn to my faith. Um, I didn't read scripture. I acted out of impulse, and no self-control. And so when I had a relationship at a young age, I didn't know how to have one, because again, I wasn't fully grown. So after that ended, I started to try to fit in with people and started drinking. Um, Around that time, it was my senior year of high school, my brother, Paul Stanley Fisher, he got diagnosed with a brain tumor. And I'm not sure the exact one, but it was one to where he tried to fight it, and it ended up taking his life. But this is him right here, my brother. Here, I'll bring it in close. But, through that time, I didn't understand it. It made me mad seeing him go through chemo and seeing him just it just made me mad. And so around that time, senior year, so I had a job, and it was laying brick and block, and I liked it because not many people do it, so it set me apart. It gave me like a purpose, and that's what I leaned on. I worked as much as I could. The day he passed away, I went to work that next day because I realized like I can't just sit here. So I went to work. I tried to escape it through alcohol, work, and I didn't turn to Jesus. And shortly after that, me and my future wife / ex-wife found out she was pregnant. It was one of the greatest blessings in my life. And so was my ex-wife, because my ex-wife, through all this, I was wild, and she held on. She saw something in me that no one else could and no one else would put up with. And yeah, we had our first child. And I was not the perfect husband. I did not help her with any sort of prep or anything. And even when we had her at a young age, I was a little dumb bunny. I still drank and thought I was a man and this, that, and all that other baloney. And that's the sad thing. People glorify the wrong type of man nowadays. That's not a man. So once my oldest daughter, Avery, was a little older, something blessed me because I stopped. I changed. And I slowly quit drinking as much. I still worked a lot, but my thoughts on work was, when I was young, again, my mom stayed home with us. So, yeah. So that's what I tried to do. And through the next couple of years, that's who I was. I was a father who did his best every day, who went to work, provided, and loved his family, loved one woman, did not love any other woman, and cut out temptations. I got rid of Facebook. I got rid of so many things over the years and worked on refining myself. And yeah, in a way, I guess I don't know, I just thought I wasn't good enough. And um, I kept working on it, thinking that it was me. But at the end of the day, I am worthy. And that's the thing that's taken me so long to realize that I am worthy of it all. And all you have to do is turn to Jesus and ask for forgiveness, um, and love and serve in His name. And so I'm a little lost in this conversation right now, but um, so that's what I did. I became a father, a man, slowly. A man's not just you're a man. No, a man's built over time. Every day you have little decisions. When you don't think anyone's looking, there is. So um, I wouldn't change my past one bit. Um, it's been enjoyable. But after Avery, we got married and we bought a house out in the country away from where I live, about 45 minutes from where I grew up. And that really helped me find who I am, because um, being sort of disconnected from everything, I don't have to keep up with people or know what's going on, because again, none of it matters. Um, and I found a little church that I got to go to, St. Augustine, and um, it's just beautiful, because when I used to go to church, I struggled being in the church because of anxiety, whatever that stuff is. But a smaller church brought me peace, and I was able to go every Sunday. I love it. Still go, because to me, there's nothing more beautiful than a community of people coming together to worship Him and to love and serve in His name. It's beautiful. As a bricklayer and a block layer, I drive past all these old churches and I think it's beautiful that a whole community came together and built these with not the technology we have today. So, um, but yeah, so that's what I did. Then we had our second child, Bexley, the body crave, and that during that pregnancy, I was there for her the whole time and um, supported her, and um, it was enjoyable. Um, then we'll fast forward to, I guess it'd be 2023. Um, Again, no marriage is perfect, no human's perfect, um, but that doesn't mean sin away. No. Um, so I found out that my wife wanted to leave. And again, I still have all the respect in the world for her to this day, because um, she was there for me in my time of need. And I'll never be mad. I forgive. It's all good. But she left, and I'll never forget that I was just like, why? So many things, but the one thing I did was I picked this rosary up, or one of my rosaries, and I just started praying. I couldn't sleep, didn't really want to eat, just pray. And submitting to God and God's plan, and not allowing the devil an inch. He's not allowing the devil an inch. And what's so beautiful through all the years of living, people are scared of the devil. Why? With a flick, not even a hand gesture, God's beat him. And so that's the thing that I've learned, that God gives us the power to choose. One of the most powerful things that God gives us. We have the choice. And, I firmly believe that we're all dealt out of the same deck of cards. And it's just Um, you know, it's what we choose to do when we hit certain obstacles. And so, in that time, in that moment, I chose to pray. And the closer and closer I got to Him, and as I navigated a divorce, like, I didn't feel any of that worry, the burden. And when I did, I lifted it up. It was gone. Um, I was able to keep the house, which none of it matters. Nothing matters, but for my kids, to give them that stability is a big deal. Um, and so I just want to share this because I see so many people out there struggling and looking for purpose. And I've been so blessed to find a purpose as a career-wise that's rewarding, um, but also a relationship with God, the Father Almighty, that no one can ever take away from me. And just like I tell my kids and I tell my family, if there's one thing I can leave behind, is faith. To give everybody faith, because life insurance, all the money in the world, none of it matters. Faith is the only thing that matters, and is the only thing it's the only thing that matters. If people start putting it first, this world would be a better place. You turn the TV on, you see all this stuff. Everybody's so intelligent, so smart, but the number one thing they're missing is faith. Faith has got to be at the forefront of it. We're all imperfect. We're all humans. We're all greedy. Our flesh is weak, but our soul's strong. Faith. So, again, with my journey, I picked up the rosary. I started praying, kept going to church regularly, and then talking, I guess, to people there, which is hard for me because, again, still to this day, I mean, you ask people, they probably don't know much about me because I'm quiet. And I realized that the devil, he has tools, and he wants to keep people divided. He wants to give people anxiety. He wants to think people, well, you're the different one, or you have a problem. Um, but I don't know all of his tools, but I'm starting to learn a couple of them. And along this journey in the future, I don't know what it holds, but I'll share whatever I can with everybody because, again, no one should live out of fear of talking to one another, um, because we are the church, and together, united, we are strong. Um, I'm Catholic, um, born like my grandparents were Catholic. I believe in it, and it's beautiful. And I'm not here to judge. I don't have all the answers, but I know who holds all my answers. I don't know the future, but I know who holds my future, and I accept that. And again, this next chapter of my life, um, I'm excited for it because I have two beautiful daughters that I get to love and nurture, and I'll always be there for my ex-wife as a friend and to help guide her on her journey if she needs guidance or help or whatever it may be. I hold no hate. That's another thing. Harboring any form of hate, let it go. Let it go immediately. Um, and so this new journey, I'm excited for. Um, Here, this next week, I'm going to start a new job as well, which the reason I'm doing that is to get back more to home for my kids and get on their routine. I've been through a lot this year, and so what I did was I decided to pray on my next step in life instead of just doing it myself. And I prayed for a long time on it, and I This next Monday I'll start, or no, well, a week from now I'll be at a new career, laying bricks still, and because I really believe that's what God put me on this. I believe He gives us all blessings and talents, um, but that's what I believe He has in store for me. Um, because again, there's things I can do with brick that most people can't. And again, and I don't, and I give it all to Him, all the glory to Him. Um, but it's allowed, this new career is going to allow me to be closer to my community and to my beautiful girls, and just that's my only, that's all I want to do is love and serve in His name, and um, give it all up to Him, and be a helping hand if I can to anybody, because life is so short. You don't know what holds tomorrow. So, but as far as my journey, again, don't ever focus on the past, because again, that's one of the devil's tools. He wants you to live in the past. Stop. Stop. Live in the moment. Walk by faith, not by sight. Also, don't ever compare yourself to anyone. That's another one of his tools. Be yourself. You know, God gave us, again, he gives us all different skill sets, different things. I have sweaty hands and I have Lynch syndrome. There's difference, we're all different, and that's okay. Um, but don't ever beat yourself up. This is beautiful. God has a plan for you, each and every one of you, whoever you are. And I give it to Him each and every day. I'm forever grateful, forever thankful. I'll walk, love, and serve in His name. I know this video is probably chopped up, but I felt called to make a video with my whole heart and to put it out there and to share it. And if I can affect one person, then I'm happy, because life's short. And I can't stress how important it is to get in touch with your faith, because God loves you. God is patient. God is waiting. And it's a beautiful journey. So I think that's about it. Yeah. God bless, and um, enjoy each day and each step of life. It's beautiful. We'll see you.